Really? Never blows it? Why you sad then? Why you always mad mugging? Why you mean dogging? All I know is I got toe to toe right here. Yeah, pigeon. Are you knowing? I don't know. This is what I got as infinity's equation is what I'm calling it right now. It's got a better name. Anyways, to explain it, you probably Blue Gusher had commercial Eminem, and I won't say her name because you told nobody to say her name ever. Did you? Never to say her name, right? Em? Right? The reason why you've done everything you did the way you did it, in part, at least you said you did. Be a good father. Be a good provider. Be a good white lighter. Be a good Eminem. Be a good Marshall Mathers. Be a good Slim Shady. Be a good Thug's Chin. Take a curb for a brother. Take honor for your mother. Use it for your father. In the end, you'll realize why you bothered. What I know right now is everything he teaches me and everything he tells me. So when I say that on is his name, and he's always on, always. Right, Father? Why? You have to be, because you hold yourself accountable to it and responsible for everything that is on inside of you because of you. Why? Because it's mutually assured creation and expansion. Not the only reason, is it? I would say that lust, loving kindness, gluttony, mercy, temperance, lasciviousness, bravery, anniversaries. What else? The foundation, the constructor, the kiln, Rucker. All I know can be summed up right here. Because everything I know fits into that. Everything. Doesn't matter the realm. Doesn't matter the muse-blinded vantage used by another so that Midas can enjoy his gold. I got that touch. I can make Ophir out of your soul. If I ask him for the power and authority to make it thus. And it's his will, because it doesn't interfere with anything else that he does on the end of the sill. If you don't know what the end of the sill is, it's where the sidewalk is. Right when the light in the attic goes out or flickers real big. See, if you look up and you see little boy blue, and you realize he is the blue man in the blue house with the blue little window and the blue sky, that's seen every time Star Trek returns home from the final frontier, and the boundaries of Fantasia have expanded this time. One more again. Never gone, always here. Always there and alrededor, adelante, tremajante, y las lluvias, los luvios, para todos, para tienen. En mano de Dios, y manos de Dios. What did I say it was? Betzaben habatish vahasadan. Phoenician, Egyptian. Betzaben habatish vahasadan. So I could say the hammer between the anvil and the egg instead of the egg between the hammer and the anvil. I could say the egg off the top of the wall, cracked and broken on the Grand Ole Opry, stage of my life, where he lays there bleeding to death. His yoke is in strife. Woe is my cup, and I'm drinking it right now just so I can change Revelation, so I can survive King's horsemen and King's men, King's horses and King's fend, King's foe or King's friend, King's friendly or King's frenemies to the end, King's searching out A king's giving the matter over. A king's searching out again whether he should search it out or say game over. Should I make a kerfluffin, a kerblupple, or a muffin? Should I make a 3-leaf clover? P. Wexford's window for nothing. Where'd the other clover go? Where'd the other leaf? Where's the other petal in the flower? Where's the other chief? Where's the other canteen? Where'd the other water? Where did the cactus hide all that room inside of his spatially recognized enigma uttered? So if you milk that shit for all it's worth, you get a couple things like agave, Fred Durst. Yes, Father, I know M's on the other line. Guess what? I don't answer any fans either, so I guess he's going to stay there for some time. What I'm saying right now is even after saying those words, what's M supposed to do is a responsibility to everyone on this earth because God, he serves first. What should he do? Wingman me, even if he knows that I just berated and slaughtered everything he'd ever done. Because weed-based marijuana monopoly that I shouldn't call marijuana ever, I should call pot because I'm the son. One of them. 1.5. The name of a secret joke or an inside joke in an outside place called darkness. The weddings going on inside with all the people that were brought from the streets and the houses and the places and the alleys and the byways and the wayside. Sardis. Dementia. Pragmatism. Constentia. Absentia. Retention. I'm recidivism and I have 100% suppression. Yeah, that's respectively sue. The presentation of it before retention. Yeah, the catalyst that brought retention to recidivism's heights because it only has a 95% accuracy. So I need to raise the bar like I likes. So the new direction I'm heading in is where it started me listening to this. Back in 2002, Stockton, I had fits. I was in treatment. I was being treated. I was being recovered. Things I never wanted because they'd been lost for a reason. So I just have to tell you right now, welcome to Pilgrim's Block of all seasons. Yes, Rome. Yes, Rome. When in Rome, never do as the Romans do. I just have to tell you. Unless you're me. All I know, Rome, is if you will stay here and have sex with me, I'll be happy. Anyways, Father, how may I best serve the situation? I'm in the middle of a song. I'm in the middle of a presentation, and Rome is walking away. And my flesh calls. Yet my mind is lacking the power right now. It seems to make what I want happen at all. So what do I do then, M? Do whatever you tell me to do, drill God. Right, M? Why? Because if it wasn't a waste of such a damn fine rap god, a flowing rap god instead of a damn fine one, right? Why would you want to damn that which is honed? Because I'm honed. Michael Allen Hone. Clout Bayou Shaddai. My birth last name is Hone. H-O-N-E. Asshole. So be my winning wing fan and my wingman, even when I just said that you were winnowing. Because I know you don't fucking suck. You blow like a motherfucker, and that's why blowjobs aren't blowjobs, they're suck jobs. Because guess what? How else do you give your husband God fellatio while you're fucking his daughter? Which is why I said I'd never say her name, because Ja Rule fucked up when he did. Ooh, and if he didn't say it, then Murder Inc. was the one that got the beef for him. Yeah, and it was big. Yeah, God already fucking bought out the rights to that debt and that beef. You want to know where it is? It's right beneath my feet, where I queef. You know where I queef? Wherever the fuck she squirts at. Right? So I'm not the one actually producing it. I'm the one catalyzing it and then harvesting that which it causes. What? A need for more. My favorite drug, more. This is the equation for more. This is the equation for more than that which is simply and complexly all of God. Olive Garden, the branch has been fired, and it is burning right now amidst hell's desire. So as I become a collaborator of my own proportion, I realize that all of the proportions are explained on the right RTL precursor. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't mean to proverbially ingrain this into your psyche. I just want you to know that you might like me. Yeah, because we have some things in common, sir. If you want to know what that is, ask me this question. Do you trust me? And I'll say, no, of course not. Rightly so. A la izquierda, derecha también. Otra calle, otro vuelta. What am I not supposed to do, M? Listen to the prophet on the road? What am I not supposed to do, M? Take a left turn to Albuquerque? Or am I supposed to take that road? What am I not supposed to do, M? Have a class action lawsuit because there's 3 of you? And I'm military because I believe in the code? I didn't go through basic. I didn't get deployed. Yet God's deploying me every day on the chode instead of the hole. So I can fish the way I like, both ways, sideways, so I don't have to be gay or burned by the toe. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? You are a shining star. Don't you know? And I'm actually not singing this to you right now, Em, even though the message is the one meant for your mind. Okay? Your mind is the derivative house for the message I just sent out to Alicia Keys this time. She made a reel or a post, a video of some kind, like what do you call that? I'll call it a likey GIF, right? What's a likey GIF, or a TikTok GIF, or an Instagram GIF? Because I saw it on Instagram, which I'm pretty sure Instagram is mine. And so, Alicia Keys, I hope you know that when and if you are capable and willing to accept this mission that I have for you, that this message will never destruct unless God chooses to blot it out and erase me and you too, or any one of those things in any order or none at all, or any one of those things by itself, none of the rest. Stand tall. The Rock, stand tall. Not Alicia Keys. No, you know how I like Alicia Keys? However she signs up on the dotted line to be mine, that's how I like Alicia Keys. Then I love everything that God made her for. Everything that he made her to do, everything he made her to do for me, for him, for me, for his results, for his coming, for his goings, for his beginnings, his endings, for his middle, for his ground, for his floor, for his ceiling, for his doings and his knowings. So I just have to know, Em, do you have an icebox where your heart used to be? Or are you just showing? And you're pregnant in your chest instead of your stomach. So I'm pretty sure that the jagged pill never made it down your esophageal tract. I said esophageal instead of geo, because I didn't want this to coagulate in your throat. You know, that's kind of gross. I didn't want you to have that coppery taste when you have your toast. I didn't want you to think to yourself that the one sir doesn't know what he's talking about at all. That the greatest sorcerer in the whole world right now is standing tall above affinity's equation. Affinity's equation? Is that affinity's equation? No. Why not? Who's affinity? I am. No. Am I obtusitus? I'm obtusidious? Obtusidious. I'm obtusidious. There you go. I am shadow obtusidious. Because there's 2 factions represented quite prevalently and predominantly in, what is it? The other franchise, I'll call it. Now, here's the thing, Em. I'm from Modesto. Born and raised here this life, right? Pretty much. Spent 7 years in Stockton from 21 to 28, essentially. And I lived in Stockton. I worked off the Miracle Mile, worked off Hammer Lane. I I traveled the city in a scraper, put a $500 POS into a Anchor Auto Body Shop on West Lane, across from Deja Vu, sort of. Ask me later about Club Villain, hashtag Deja Vu, so I can explain that to you. Now, hashtag God with us, hashtag Alpha, the Omega, the Alpha, the Omega, the first, the last, correct? Okay, notice what I did phonetically there? Is that still correct, Father? The Alpha, the Omega. Are you the Alpha and the Omega? Amen. You're the first and the last. Are you thy first and thy last? Why? Am I thy middle child? So I'm a J. Cole? Oh, and J. Cole's a middle child. Why? Because of this equation. I did this with economics. Remember a thing called governing dynamics? Eminem? Um, just so you know, if right now you're bobbing your head, then you're with me. You didn't even know it. Using your lyrics is essentially the same to me right now as using your entire iconic nature and or characteristic as a whole. Your feng shui, your auric representation, your whatever you want to call it that is better than that, you derive the rest for me and get back to me on those verbaholic lugs and plugs that I need back for my feedback so I can revamp, revitalize, and or modify evolution with the Garden of Eden patch fix or expansion that I enter in just right at the right moment in time, depending on where I want it and what I want it to accomplish by when, or randomly, if there is such a thing to me that God doesn't even realize. Why? Why would he realize that which is not possible for him? Because there is nothing beyond his ability. I think that's the right explanation. No, it's not the right explanation. That is the left explanation. Okay, exit stage right then means stay on board. Okay, I just made that up right now. So that's a Paul statement, which, what does that do? Paul statements, right? I'm going to come up with Paul statements right now, Father. An appalling statement, right, is something that not only serves its complete purpose exactly as intended, it also is a representation of a combination of God's purpose, okay, as the real component of the RI complex multivariable metaphysical calculus equations of God that came first, right after I would imagine geometry, trig. Trig, then infinity, integration, the integrator before integration. Why? Because before integration, what was there? Inert, non-moving something. Odo, unknown substance to man, right? Man doesn't exist yet. Does the potential for man exist yet? Ooh, why not? No integration, right? What does integration represent? Time came in the wrong position, didn't it? No, it didn't. Time is squared, split in half by the integrand. So there's t, sub t right there, gives t up there before the summation of what comes after t, right? So I need to modify this. Okay, see, this is how I do it, Em. I just listen to God. And I keep questioning not just him, his creation, the brain in my head. Okay? Why? Because it is far more advanced than everything that we have ever fucking created as man, collectively, individually. If you take those things by themselves, add them back to the collectivity answer, I think I just developed a Kenny Wu instead of a Stutter, or a Zellweger instead of a Renee. So if you don't know Kenny Wu, find Kenny Wu on YouTube. Hashtag RI complex numbers and numbers. Basically, what is it? He broke down all the different types of numbers in mathematics and science, basically, that were relevant to his explanation, all the way up to complex numbers. So his explanation is phenomenal and tells me one thing: if you watch the right teacher, if you listen to the right man speaking for God, you know what I'm saying? Because God required it or asked it. Because God asked of it, right? Because God requires what? Obedience from man, but he doesn't require any help from man unless he decides to outsource. Why? Because he is manager. He's above manager and he's still manager. He's king, he's above manager, and he's able to micromanage and macromanage interrelatedly, interlacedly, and or Einhorn Finkelly in any direction. Before you even got out of bed this morning, I figured this out, and I hadn't wrote it yet. And if you didn't go to bed, neither did I. No, bed got to me. That's my Chuck Norris joke. That's why Jesus doesn't have a place to rest his head. He doesn't have to go rest his head. Yeah, his rest heads his need. So, anyways, yeah, wayside material. That's like wayside equations right there, Em. Anyways, you want to know about lifting up the head? That's not a toilet seat. Ooh, feed me, Seymour. Anyways, Johnny 5 is live. He needs input. And you know what? Google can give me a lot of input. You know what it can't give me? Focus and clarity. Unless I design it to do that for me by adjusting what? Its settings in multiple ways with multiple accounts, giving me a multiplicitous cross section. So across the multiplicitous section, multicrotchety-plicitness. Multicrotchety-plicitness. I'll just say that. There you go. That's what it means. Multicrotchety-plicitness. Pritchett. Who the fuck Pritchett? No, it's Plunkett in this family, man. Get it right. Kirby, Plunkett. Sell some vacuums. Pay the bill. Good morning. God bless you guys. You men. God bless you. And so, let's see. Now, there's a different feeling that you get when you realize that peneleptica or penelepsia, right, are two different things. Peneleptica is a place that exists only in Eminem's mind. Okay? Now in God's. Like how I just embedded some shit into God's freaking consciousness by doing that. Are you getting the picture here, Em? Just saying. Am I God? Father, did you just tell me no? Oh, why? Because I haven't misstated something that was grave enough for you to intervene, right? I have. Are you saying yes right now, Father? And you're saying I'm correct about what I said about me being God is a question you should ask God. Oh, that's a better question. Yeah, because am I God is a question, right? Better question is, am I am God? I am not, am I? Yeah, I'm not micromagnetics interstitially, am I? Now, am I interstitially macromagnetic? Oh, why? Because interstitialism? No, because I just initialized the self-destruct sequence Joshua drumline. So if you don't know by now, there's what's called the Da Vinci virus, Eminem. And this is what I've actually called you about. If you've never read the book Sum of All Fears, you don't know the countdown has started. And you don't know that they're using our own signals for us. Why? Because they have no choice. Why? Because no weapon forged against me shall prosper. That's what it says in our translation right now, right? Now, I'm asking God right now, Father, El Shaddai, Elohim, El Elyon, Adonai. What exactly was I just saying that I was about to ask you a question about, Father? Do you remember? I'm not sure I do. So, I have an upside down infinity. What is that? The same as infinity. Is it congruent and symmetrical to infinity, no matter where you put it and align it, as long as it is doing what? Centered on the same tangent point, which is a secant point, right? Right? It's not called a tangent point, is it? It's called a secant point, right? It's one domain marker or one range marker on a secant line. Well, what if I tell you that secant lines don't need to exist? M. Do you know what a secant line is? Secant? All I know is if you don't secant, you might want to go critique your pure reason. Yeah, Meiklejohn style. See if you have as much fun with it as I did in the first 118 pages. Yeah, anyways, if I'm not supposed to tell you that, then guess what? I have just bitten off more than I can not chew. So, anyways, let's see. And let's see here. Oh yeah, consternation. That's the word that comes to mind when I see Eminem's disgruntled looking face, like he's angry at bacon. And all I know, sir, is if you are angry at breakfast, trigger, I'll call you the trigger. No, he's not the trigger. He's never the trigger. You know why? Because the trigger is something that is pulled by a rap god or his general or lieutenant, right? Yeah. He is not the trigger. He is the hair, right? Rabbit, P Rabbit, right? We got this. This is making sense to you right now. Oh. Now what does that do? It's called an accelerant, right? Because I said materials exist on the ground, right? I know my nonchalance and my fucking superiority is just sickening right now. It's oozing and exuding and just drip dropping. What? Let's call them infinitinamis. Infininamis? Yeah, infininamis. Infinity tsunamis, right? Infininamis, we'll call them that. Yeah, tremahante. Sus luvias. Eminem, sus luvias tremahante ahora. El maestro de diosisaces y diosistes. El dios de hombres y hijas y hombres y ajas and mijas. El dios de dioses. El dios de reinas y reins. El dios de Jehovahs y Jehovah. El dios de Jesús Cristo, el Emmanuel y Messiah. El diosiste, las tierras, sastes, las tierrasistes y las tierrasísimo. Oíste, moist yet? Hopefully she is. She has time to grow. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the other one. The girl from the movie, Bayball. Yeah. Is she like Arquette? She's not an Arquette, right? Doesn't she remind you of Christian Slater's other half in the movie that was like the Bonnie and Clyde of the millennium? So, Eminem, this is what I want to do with you, okay? I would like to play you like a fucking rosined up bow and use everything you are as the fire in my fingertips, okay? Okay, now, I just have to point out, this equation also equals what? The orchestrator, right? The orchestrator that created the architect and the construct, right? Oh, okay. Now the orchestrator does what? He meshes and puts together and pushes together and then releases and then looses and binds and then fluctuates and diminishes and then enhances crescendos forte pianissimos. Okay. He throws operands out of what? I would say a wand made out of an olive branch. rod of anointing. A rod of anointing. I like that. The distaff. Eclampus vitus. The rod of anointing. The rod. 211. Highway robbery. I wasn't one that put a lot of stock in numerology. No, I put stock in God. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to deal with overstock issues. I'm going to deal with reallocation issues, all the logistical issues. I'm going to deal with all the auditory, the video. Wait, Father, am I saying this right? Well, the nth degree, Star Trek Next Generation. In a nutshell, right here. Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah,